Sports. And coming up, it's Stetson Bennett. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Elks and the Voyagers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott up here in the booth, and the talk about this game, Brock, is centered, not surprisingly, on a couple of quarterbacks who came through the draft the same year and now in their second seasons here in the NFL.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if it's year 2, year 5, year 10, or Tom Brady, like 30 years later. They still remember every guy in their class. Yep. And when you look across and you see your peer, you are linked together in that draft. You're also linked together in this league that knows how hard getting any win.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And we're underway in Salt Lake City. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And leading them out is their second-year quarterback from Kentucky. He earned several starts as a rookie. It's Will Levis.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that first down, and he went and got it.
That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Arden Key there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Levis out of the pistol. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Well, these guys have gotten off to a hot start, Brock, in spite of these injuries that have occurred along the way.
You know what, Kate? If you and I traveled to every training camp, I think we'd hear the same thing. Next man up, next man up. These teams know it. The players know it. You hear the talk, but then you got to walk it, and this team is. I know it's early, but this is looking like a group who could be built for a playoff run as long as this list doesn't grow too much longer.
8 yards on the gain, and the draw continues forward.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Montgomery gets it from the gun, and he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. This one falls incomplete. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So they're left facing 3rd and long. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing is Levis on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a gain of 22, and that'll be a first down. Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. On the play fake, it's Levis. Tight end reels in the shallow throw, and he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give up the gut to Montgomery, and he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, Levis. Gets this to Montgomery. And this one doesn't go far.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And he's able to get this down to the 13. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive. Levis now on 1st down. He's on the move. He'll try and run this. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Couldn't connect with Ladd McConkey. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. From the gun, Levis. This throw is cut. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They bring Thomas in motion. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Only 1 yard, but when all you need is an inch or 2, Brock, that'll still move the chains. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll send him over right. Touchdown! Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Voyagers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. And it'll be their 2nd-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focusing on rectifying those things here.
And he has enough room to gain about 4. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and 6 coming up here. Bennett. On the move, headed right. He's on the move. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that gives them the 1st.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by the veteran, Carlton Davis. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Playing favorites with the fullback here. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, I'm not sure the defense expected that give to the fullback. By the time they shook off the surprise, he was through the line and headed to the 2nd level.
Here's Akers up the middle. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And his pass is going to fall incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Bennett now to throw. And in for the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Elks respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Deontay Hardy to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Voyagers and Will Levis set to take over again. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. Levis here on 1st down. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun now for Levis. Gets this to McConkey. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play, and it sets up 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Montgomery now up the middle. And that's good for a gain of 5. Arden Key there for the stop. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return with more NFL action right after this. Welcome back. We're all set to start the 2nd. Offense already out to resume its stride. Levis from the shotgun. Got a man. It's Thomas. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And they'll have 1st down. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he drives this forward to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First and goal, they'll try an option to the left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the Booth Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Buckle up, it's third and goal. Levis setting to throw. Pressure's on him, and it gets home. He's dropped. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Myers' kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Xavier Gibson now to return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Elks and Devontae Adams getting set for another look here. And he's already kicked off this game with a touchdown. Plenty of time to add another as he sits among the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns this season. They go play action on first. Headed out right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. It's taken in by Juszczyk. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still in your roster? Yes, coach. And you're going to be just fine.
Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Well, the field opened up, and he simply takes off. Even in today's NFL, where dual-threat quarterbacks are everywhere, it's not often a guy can rip off a run like that.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff to Akers. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Oh, 1st and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that. So let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks. You want to knock them backwards. And now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
Going the wrong way. It's 2nd and goal now, back at the 12. Man in motion, out of the slot. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. This will be caught by Adams. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here's Bennett. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
In that close, you have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Buys time. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Levis to the air now. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. His work begins at the 31. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. 1st down, ball at the 36. Back to throw. Here's Bennett. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Bobby Okereke making that stop. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Bennett. Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st. Receiver in motion, headed right. We give inside to Akers. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Bobby Okereke making that stop. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To throw, here's Bennett. This will be caught by Akers. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll give him a 1st down. Now Bennett. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Bennett throwing here. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. To throw it on first down. This is pulled in by McCole Hardman. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Offense up to the line fast. Back to pass on 2nd and short. This one's caught. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Akers goes up and over for the touchdown. The Elks take the lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Elks break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Hardy on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Voyagers and running back David Montgomery getting back to work. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. They've got 1st down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. From the gun, Levis. Pitts brings it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Not much time left in the half, so the kicking team out on 1st down. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. It's no good. It had the leg, but his aim wide right. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
One last play before the break. Throwing it just before halftime. He's going to push one deep down the right. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. We've reached our halftime intermission with the Elks taking a lead into the locker room here in Salt Lake City. Now we'll send things over to Orlando, Florida. Jonathan Coachman on standby, ready to deliver the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. It was the running back, Cam Akers, who stood out in that first half of play. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. He's going to field this at the 2. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Elks and Stetson Bennett just about ready for their next drive. They've got 1st down from the 31. Bennett. He'll get this one to Adams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
From the gun, here's Akers. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running back sent in motion. From the 44 here on second down. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give him a first down. Bennett now to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. 2nd and 3 now. From the 27. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll give him a first down. From the red zone now. Flushed out of the pocket.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Handoff headed right. It's Akers. And he'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. Now looking to throw. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going, and when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Hardy on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Their offense ready to take the field now. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock. So some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. He'll cobble together a yard there. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Montgomery. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Levis from the shotgun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Completed left side to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Shotgun now for Levis. Olave with the catch. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Offense set for a 1st and 10. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. was set, and at the line, the quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. He'll take 5 on the carry. That gets him back to even. 2nd and 10 now. Now Levis. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get 13 on the pickup. And they're going to have a 1st down. This set it down starts with an option right. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Levis. He's got it at the 5. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Montgomery does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Gets this to Montgomery. He has the touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brooke, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Point after up and good for Myers. And the Voyagers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Elks are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? This will be caught by Adams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
To throw, here's Bennett. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They've got a man in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one's complete over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that. Looking to throw, Bennett.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. And that'll bring up second down. A give to Akers. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackle made by Jeff Okuda. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. So we're through 3 here. It's just a field goal game right now as we get set for our final quarter. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Now Bennett. He's on the move. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack. So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Returning it from the 4. Returns looking good so far. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Voyagers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Levis here on 1st down. He beams one deep right side. He's got it at the 30. And he has it down to the 30 before going out. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs?
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Levis now on 1st down. And a man is there to knock that away. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And it's going to be 2nd down. From the gun, Levis. And he can't reel it in, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing his Levis on 3rd down. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be a 1st down. Levis out of the pistol. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Levis back to throw. This is complete to Olave. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Levis setting to throw. Escapes the puck. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch. Certainly a great job to hit this one. We can't help but think back, though, to the one he missed earlier, how this would be tied if he could have connected then. He's hoping they can find another way to score or maybe set him up to tie it.
This return makes it up to the 25. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And this one does not go far.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Forced out to his right. Oh, he's keeping it again. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on 4th. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. Into the hands of Pitts. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 2nd and 3 now. From the 42. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Running back sent in motion. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Running it after the penalty. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And they take him down right along the 30. Pickup of 6, and now they've got 3rd and 7. Levis to the air now. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. 2 yards to the pickup. They're going to be left with 4th and 4. An important attempt coming up here for Jason Myers. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the fourth quarter, that's going to tie the game.
You know, you look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a three-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Their offense running back out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Bennett throwing here. That's Hill working the sideline, complete.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
And he'll get it up to the 44. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. Throwing now, off play action. He goes back to him yet again, complete. This play goes for 36, and that gives them the 1st.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Here's Bennett. He's got the hook up to Akers. And he'll go down here at the 16. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Salt Lake. Elks going for the win here. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Akers up the middle. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Motion man is the tight end here, going left. 1st down, and they go right back to him. Has them the touchdown. The Elks jump in front late. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, did they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Setting up to pass. Gets this to Montgomery. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. He'll look to throw it. Into the hands of Olave. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Back to throw. Rolling left. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Olave with the catch. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Looking to throw it. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. Escapes out to the left. He's going to be out of bounds a few yards short of the first. That's going to be a turnover on downs. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. The Elks are winners as we say so long from Salt Lake City.